Hello everyone. Hey everyone. Hi Miss Shreya. How are you? I know this is so unusual for us at least. Sid is not here. She's probably in the chat, but I know this is so unusual. We usually don't come in around this time, but we definitely have to touch up on this, and we may not jump into it. We may not dive into this topic deeply, but however, we will just kind of like to go over this because I think that this is just a very important topic to really talk about. As you guys can see, this is involving Shaun King, and you already know who Shaun King is. He's an activist, and he's definitely for the Black Lives BLM, and he's also a writer, so an author as well. And he's been on the news for quite some time now regarding um, you know um, you know being accused of like not really being that activist for black people, African American people. So yeah, all of that stuff. But again, he's now on the news, and apparently it's been said that Shaun King and his wife apparently have a home. Now, this home is a lavish home, and it's a New Jersey. It's a lavish home, and it was worth about, I believe it's about $1 million. So it's like really sparking some questions and some doubts that people were already having. So he's just been in the news. He's just been criticized again for moving into this 842,000 or yeah house. So it's just really crazy. And I don't know if it's someone, I saw somewhere it says million, but I'm looking here, it's 142,842,000. So I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but again, this is what's been out there. So let me actually show you guys a few things. Let's see, show you guys a couple of things that I really want you guys to see. Yeah, so this is the picture of the house. And again, you can see that it's a nice house, and that this is the house that him and his family are supposed to be living in. And for someone to be in this type of predicament where he's been a suspect for quite some time, and he's living in this kind of estate, it just brings some questions. So after I kind of heard all of this, I kind of went over to see if I can see Shaun King's account, but his Instagram is on private because before everything was public, so everything is now on private. I think it's because after he got the backlash, I think he deactivated his Twitter, his Facebook, but I know his Instagram is still active, but however, it's private. So, and his wife is also doing her PhD, and knowing that PhD is so expensive, and I'm wondering whether or not, her being in school, I'm pretty sure that it's not worth this type of money, or whether or not, even if Shaun King is getting paid, or if he's getting money from, whatever else that he's doing, is it enough to buy this type of, house? Now, they did move out. I believe I read somewhere, and this is a credible source, where they moved from their New York. I believe it's like an apartment, and they moved to this type of luxury, luxury setting. So it does, bring in some questions because we're, after all, with the Tamir Rice situation, and, getting criticized for that, and also being the fake activist for, African Americans. And now he ends up, in this. And it doesn't even help that after the backlash, he deactivated his accounts. His Instagram is on private. So it just kind of sparks some questions, and it does not help at all that that he did this. Now, another thing that I wanted to also touch upon on this was that Shaun King also, sorry, that's not the one. So in his Facebook, I guess before all of this, he deactivated his Facebook. He did go on there asking for additional help for his wife. He says, "Could you please consider sending Ray a small gift on Cash App or Venmo? It will really surprise or alleviate some pressure as she has less than 2 years left of school." And then, of course, he gives her Cash App and he gives her Venmo. And he says, "Love and appreciate y'all. Love, Shaun King." So this is from Shaun King, and to be quite honest with you, I was not expecting this. Um, I mean, anyone could ask for donations, right? But it brings into suspect that this is someone who's supposed to be an activist, and here he is, adding more fire into his the speculations that people already have of him. Here he is asking for donations for his wife. So I'm just gonna go over and also read a little bit about this, where I got some of the additional information. Um, now, okay, so his wife is a PhD candidate. She's an educator. So, of course, we know that she is not, earning much. Because when you're in PhD school, you're more like a broke, you're broke. So you don't really have, and I'm not saying that she's broke, and maybe she does have something that she does on the side, but it's PhD, it's really rigorous. I mean, you're, focusing on research, it's a lot of things going on. So I'm pretty sure she's not, bringing that type of income in. Now, it states that the house again is worth 842,000, and it's just above the average of 217,500 home value in New Brunswick, which is kind of like it's above average for where they live. So yeah, it's quiet, and he moved in with his 5 children in this lavish lakefront home. It's a lakefront home. So I don't know exactly, where Shaun King's source of income is coming from, or if he does have this type of, money to really invest in this type of housing. But it really is nice, and I can understand why a lot of people are speculating this. Again, like it is pretty much a suspect. Um, and this is again after in June, the mother of Tamir Rice, with a black 12-year-old who was shot and killed by a Caucasian police officer in Cleveland in 2014. She took to Instagram to blast King for profiting off her son's death and branding him name as an imposter. Again, I'm getting this information from Daily Mail UK, so this is the source that I'm getting this information from. Now, King raised about 60,000 for Tamir Rice's family after his death without their consent. So apparently, Shaun King did not get their consent before he raised this type of money. And he ended up posting on his podcast and titled it, "I spoke to Tamir Rice this past week." And she's Samir Rice's mom is coming out and saying, no, this is not true, and he's profiting off of her son's name. Now it seems that they did say that the episode was deleted and it's no longer listed under the episodes for breakdown with Shaun King. So it seems like it was deleted. Um, so So, why did you think it's important to tell folks we had a conversation? Rice asked King her Instagram post. So, Tamir Rice asked Shaun King about, telling people that they had a conversation, and then he said we will talk and everything, and you say you was and we talked and everything you said was very toxic and uncomfortable for me to hear that you raised additional money, and then you say you did not want to bother me. She continued, "Personally, I don't understand how you sleep at night. I never gave you permission to raise nothing. Along with the United States, you robbed me for the death of my son." So this is again from Tamir Rice's mom. I'm pretty sure you guys all heard this, but then I think that this is kind of like goes into what we were discussing about how he was able to have this type of funding in order to buy this type of housing. Like I mentioned, his wife is a PhD student, so she's not getting that type of money to actually fund for this type of housing. And Shaun King himself, he is an activist, he is an author, so he could possibly have some money where he was able to purchase this type of housing. So it's a little suspicious. And even after he left social media, like you can't even go to Instagram and actually look at his Instagram and really see. I think it went private, so it brings in more suspect because all his accounts are closed down. After this, his purchase of his new home was revealed. So it's very fishy. That's all I can say. Is very fishy, and I think that he definitely needs to defend himself because he's definitely been on news for quite some time now. And when you're supposed to be this activist, and as as African Americans, he's been out there, going on his social media, using his platform to really speak and voice his really speak for the African American community. And here he is, doing this. And not even that, but after the backlash with Tamir Rice's mom, he ended up buying this this nice luxury home. So it does, again, it does. I can understand why people are really calling him out, especially Black Twitter, why they're on Twitter, really calling him out and really pointing these things out. So that could possibly be the reason why he did deactivate all his accounts. He didn't want none of this. He knew he was going to get some backlash after all of this. So I can understand, why he did this. Because I had to actually go see for myself, like, was this true? Did he actually, um, you know, what was going on with his Instagram? But he did put it on private, which is unusual, right? Because even before, his Instagram was public. So now it's private. It's like, okay, Shaun King, what is going on? So yeah. So hey, Monsieur, hey, Sincere. So Drea says, let me read some comments. Uh, Dang. Oh, okay. Okay. So is this why he made a post saying that he's taking a hit from social media? Drea, honestly, I think so. I really do think so. I think that not just that, but because he's getting backlash from people. Because again, you remember Tamir Rice's mom came out and she really basically said he's an imposter, and that he was making money off from her son's death, and he was setting out funds without her know, setting out all of these artists for her son's death, and she didn't even give him permission. And then here he is. He purchased at 800, how much, $842,000 home, which is above average for where they actually live. So I think that that's why he definitely deactivated whatever he did with his social media accounts, because he knew that this was coming. And there were, Black Twitter is not taking it lightly with him. So yeah, that, to answer your question, yeah, that this is surprising to me as well. Because I really did not want to touch on this topic, but it's just kind of like it just kind of like screams. It just kind of gets to you because it's like, how, what, after all of this, you moved to a lavish home, and after you're getting these backlashes, and here you are. So it's like the speculations are getting more and more interesting, and it's like now he's nowhere to be found. He's mute. So yeah, like, that's to answer your question, Drea. Is your guess as good as mine? Um, hey, Sincere. Okay, so Miss Drea says, so he keeps the money from the fundraisers that he had for Tamir. Okay, now Dre, I don't. Now that is a good question. I am not sure, but according to just my source, Daily Mail UK, it says that he raised up to 60,000 for his death, and this is without the family's consent. So where did the money? If let's say the family didn't get the money, right? So where exactly did the money go? It's like, where exactly did the money go? What was it used for? If the family did not give him consent. And I'm pretty sure by the sound of the mother, Tamir Rice's mother, it doesn't seem like she even accepted the money, or the family accepted the funds that, or the fund, what he did. So it's like, where exactly did the money go? And this is kind of like the question, and why everyone is like speculating. And Drea, Miss Drea, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's nowhere to be. He deactivated, I think, some of his accounts. I know his Instagram is on private, so it right now, it's not looking good for him. It's not. I think he's proving to people that that he's an imposter. Like, what they said that he was, an imposter. So it does not bring him no type of. It doesn't even. It's not looking too good. Now, okay, so since, okay, what show could I run, because we watch some shows? Yeah, so guys, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts? This is, and I don't want to be stay on here too long about this, but I thought this was interesting to actually know. Um yeah, right, sincere, he probably just got the bag and left the building. Possibly. And maybe that's not the case. Maybe he's actually been saving and working hard for this family housing that he just recently purchased for his family. So it could be just an investment or something he's been saving up for. And here's the time, and they went to purchase the house. That could possibly be the reason. It may not even be, the money that he's been, getting. It could just be, from his own savings, right? Drea says, I know it's a question you asked, but if he tried to give them the money and they didn't accept it, I'm not sure if he should be blamed. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point too, Drea. Because it's like, if they didn't accept the money, what else would they do? Like, what would he do? I mean, where would I mean, is there another place that he could possibly, where he would, if they didn't accept it, where would the money go to, right? Could he have? I mean, he could possibly put it in other organizations, right? If they didn't accept it, I think he definitely can. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to go to his pocket, and I'm not saying that, but it could go. It could be allocated elsewhere. There's a lot of organizations that really need help and assistance. I think it could definitely go there. So yeah, I wouldn't say he should be blamed. No, 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 no. Yeah, so guys, this is interesting. So let me show you guys more pictures of this home. Um, Pretty sure you guys already seen it. So look how massive. So look how massive this home is. Just look, like, it's so nice. Um, and it's supposedly worth a lot of money. It's supposedly worth a lot of money. I wouldn't mind living in this type of home. It's a lakefront. I mean, it looks really nice. I mean, the inside looks really nice. um, so, um, right. No, right, Drew. I agree with you. He could definitely donate to other organizations. But yeah, I mean, again, we don't know exactly what he did with the money, or where the money was that he fundraised, where it exactly went to. It could be that this is his own personal money that he used to purchase this house. It could be from savings. I mean, who knows? We don't know exactly, where this kind of money came from, where he was able to purchase this. Again, it could possibly be that they were saving for a long time, and there you go, and they were able to get this type of house. So we don't really know exactly where the money came from, and I will not say that it was because it was from the fundraiser that he's been doing. So no, I'm not even gonna make that allegation. But yeah, it does bring a lot of questions. It really does. Definitely bring a lot of questions. Um, oh yeah, that 68 was definitely a down payment. Um, oh well, possibly down payment. Imagine this house is worth 842,000. So you guys tell me, Shaun King is what? He is an author and he's a writer, I believe, an author and activist, right? And his wife is a PhD student. Like I said before, PhD is a very rigorous. So I don't know if his wife does have, she is working on a side. She could be doing other things on his side as well to bring income. But again, Shaun King could possibly also have money coming in from other sources as well. So which is why they were able to purchase this, this estate. Yeah, so what do you guys, or what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that, the reason why he deactivated his accounts was because, he knew he was going to get some backlash. He's going to get some people talking. Or do you think that he's just at this point he just doesn't care? He just doesn't care. He probably used you know this he knew that people were going to be talking, so he just didn't want to have an answer to anyone. Right. Everything here is again, it's all opinions, nothing's factual, and it's all allegedly. So yes, we are. This is everything here is allegedly. So what do you guys think? This is interesting. This is interesting. And do you guys think that he's gonna come back from this? And how credible do you think that you know Shaun King is going to be after he returns, or another incident happens where it involves you know a black an African American person? Like, do you think that he's going to come back in a spotlight and you know, be the activist? Do you think he's going to come back from this, or what do you guys think? Or he's just going to lay low? Yeah, I don't know if he comes back. I don't know if I can, if I'll be able to, if he can be this credible. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Now, I do want to ask a question. Now, according to Tamir Rice's mom, she mentioned that Shaun King did not give her permission or consent to, do the fundraiser on behalf of her son. But do you think that it was just a nice gesture that he was doing? Because sometimes when you want to do something for people, right? Sometimes it doesn't have you don't you just want to surprise them, and not necessarily tell them what you're going to do. So maybe that's what Shaun King did on behalf of the family. So maybe it wasn't the fact that he was doing it out of spite, or he was doing it because he wanted to benefit from it. It could be possibly that he was doing it from the kindness of his heart. Um, so Sincere said he was being so slick to get up out of there. Um, hmm, Interesting. Andrew says he's probably laying low until the smoke clears. Possibly, he's probably laying low. And maybe he just doesn't want to explain. He doesn't want to explain to anyone. What he doesn't have any explanations. It is what it is. Again, no one can count your no one should be counting your coins or what you do with your coins. So he's like, I have no explanation. But again, it just on behalf of Shaun King, I don't think it does him any justice. After all of these allegations about him, and then here he goes purchasing this estate. For me, I would definitely. This will not be something I would get involved in, especially after all these allegations. It just makes you more suspicious, right? Um, so I don't think this was a good a good route for King to definitely take. I think he should have just laid low. and just kept this a secret because they moved from a new apartment in New York into this estate. So it does kind of scream some questions, and here and there. So that's why a lot of people are calling him out. Definitely. Um, so now let me go over to Shaun King's biography. Let's see if we can see what he's actually, if he's actually, bringing in some coins in order for him to really, you know, purchase this type of estate. Let's see what we can find here. Um, let's see. And you guys could also search with me too. But we're just, I think this is necessary. It's definitely necessary. Let's look. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can find, and possibly we can help Shaun King clear his name on behalf of him. We can help him clear his name. So let's see. Okay, he's his movement. Okay, so he was born in Kentucky. Okay, um, he's a writer, he's an activist, he's an entrepreneur, and he's also a pastor. Oh, wow. A pastor, an activist, an entrepreneur. Oh, wow. He has a lot. He has some nice, interesting things in his resume. Um, okay, okay, his movement is a black, okay, BLM, all right. His wife is Ray King, and he has 5 children. Okay. Now, guys, I did not know Shaun King was a pastor. I did not know he was a pastor. Did you guys know he was a pastor? Wow. Interesting revelations. Um, okay, so he's done quite a lot of fundraising. Um, okay, okay, okay. Okay, so it seems that so it does seem like he's been doing some fundraising for some quite some time now. Since he's been a pastor, he's been doing a lot of fundraising, and he's been on definitely on the news for again, some questionable acts in regards to fundraisings and being the voice for the BLM. So he's definitely been out there. Um, so okay, so oh wow, I didn't. Okay, so I'm reading this, and it says activists on Twitter questioned if he took the 100,000 reward money for information that led to the arrest of a man who shot Jasmine Barnes. Um, interesting. So this again, there's been some investigations on this, on his motivations and what his ulterior motives are. So on September 12, 2019, BLM activist D. Ray Mickinson wrote a lengthy article raising multiple concerns in regards to King, especially related to fundraising. So why hasn't this been proven? Why hasn't anyone came to clear out Shaun King's name, and why is he in the media for for wrong, for fundraising? What's wrong with fundraising? Fundraising should be fun. It should be it should come from the heart, something that you're doing on behalf of someone, right? So why are all of this allegations that there's some questionable his motives on fundraising? So it's not looking too good for him. It's really not. And I think after this purchase of estate definitely raises some questions. So now I couldn't find anything in regards to, how much he brings in or what he's worth. So that's another thing we have to look into, right? We have to look into, what he's actually making. Again, he's an entrepreneur, he's a writer, he's a pastor. So he has all sources where, he has money coming from. So we need to also look into that. So we don't want to be too quick to jump in and, allege him or accuse him of doing this without knowing his source of income, okay? So I'm just going to set that aside because I didn't find anything on his source of incomes or how much he's actually worth. So let's leave that at that. All right. Yeah, so guys, please give the video a thumbs up if you're here. If you are a new subscriber, please give the video a thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, okay. Yes, please like and share, of course. Yes, Miss Drew, I didn't know he was a pastor either. Your guess is good as mine. I didn't know he was a pastor. Yeah, this is all new to me. Okay, so yeah, okay, so now let's look at his wife, and let's see if she is able to, you know, make up for this. Let's see if she's bringing in any additional income that could possibly clear Shaun King's name. Um, okay, all we know is that she's a PhD. She's a PhD student, and she's also a mother, and she's also a beautiful wife to Shaun King. Okay, so let's see. It seems like she actually came out to speak on behalf of her husband. So let's see what she had to say. Let's let's take a look. Okay. Oh, let's see what Miss King had to say on the behalf of her husband. Let's, okay. I don't see anything here so far. Okay, this was on her Instagram post. Let's see what she had to say. Um, okay. Okay. All right. So here's what Miss Ray King had to say. And this is on her Instagram. My hope for every little black girl is that you grow up, get an education, if that's your path, find love, that's your goal, if that's your goal, and fulfill every dream you have, including the dream of home ownership. I know we mostly lack the generational wealth that allows our parents to gift us down payments for homes like other communities. And I know we're often playing catch up when it comes to gaining the financial literacy skills to set on a path to home ownership. And I know there are racist, predatory systems that set up barriers all along the way. But eventually, I hope you're in a place where your own hard work, determination, education, and gainful employment allow you to purchase the most beautiful, lovely, sweet home your own home can't buy, whether it's a city condo, county estate, or a lavish home on the lake. All right. See, this world loves to tell black women and girls how to stay in their place. They drag our character and question our every achievement. No way we can do these things of our own volition. We must be frauds. But did you know that the start of the Civil War, there were 2,000 black women across the South officially listed as property owners? This is during slavery. And in 1916, Madam C.J. Walker built her own 20,000 square feet estate. Don't let anyone tell you that you can and can't have where you are and don't deserve to live. What place your goals are smart enough to fit in, whether it's 3,000 square feet or it's 20,000. And finally, if at any point anyone tries to threaten the safety and well being of your family inside of your lovely home, I hope little black girl, little black girl, that you fully exercise your Second Amendment right to send them straight to their final 12 by 24 resting place. Now, may y'all Sundays be as blessed as my skin in this pic. All right. So that is a delivery mark from Miss Ray King. What did you guys think about that? That is from Miss Ray King defending her husband, Shaun King. And she said in the most classiest way, she just wrote a little caption under her picture. And yeah, she let us know that basically this, again, like I was saying, this source of, where, their new estate, their lovely estate, could possibly be from, months of savings or even years of savings. Or again, she mentioned generational wealth. So all this could be coming from money that they've actually have worked hard for. And again, people may take it hard, work maybe from his activist movements or, fundraising movements. I don't know. But she's just defending him. And again, saying it in the most classiest way, saying this is something we've worked really hard for. So that she came out to speak for her husband. So, I mean, what else can we say? I think the delivery was definitely nice, the way she put it. But we definitely need Shaun King to definitely come out and really, speak on this. Now, he doesn't have to, because, I mean, why would you want to talk about something as personal as why you purchased a home, or the money that you used to purchase the home? I mean, it's really not anyone's business, but I think because he's always been on the spotlight and in the limelight, and these allegations, I think it's his he has to come out and really explain this, and that's just my opinion. But yeah, for sure, for a fact that he has to, because if he comes out and he's out there, he's another incident happens where it involves BLM, and he comes out. I don't know. I don't know if if he's gonna have as many supporters as he did before, and what it's going to be like for him. So I don't know. He definitely has to come out and clear his name. He definitely has to come out and clear his name. Um, so let's see here. And if you are still on here, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Let's also see. Okay, let's do some more digging. Let's see if we can find any more information on Shaun King. Let's see. Oh, all right. So you guys remember I was talking about the Haiti fund that he was doing when he was a pastor. Well, according to meow.com, he raised up to about 1.5 million for that charity during the Haiti earthquake in 2010. So he did make some pretty so he did definitely fund a lot of money, really did a lot of fundraise for that earthquake that happened in 2010. And it says that in 2012, he left his career as a pastor and he founded another charity site called hopemob.org. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So, okay, so he definitely fundraised a lot of things. I see. Worth a lot of money, actually. Let's see. Yes, so let's go back to this. And this is Shaun King and, of course, his wife. As you can see, let's go back to this picture. Okay. Ooh. All right. So, yeah. So, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? I know there's some people out there who have, who have some things to say about this. Should we really, hold Shaun King accountable for this? What do you guys think we should do? Should we like let him, support him and have him come out to talk to us and explain and you know what should we do about this? Like, what should we do as as an American? What should we do? Because we don't want to counsel anyone. That whole cancel movement. What do you guys think we should do moving forward when it comes to this type of situation? Should we, let Shaun King come out and talk? Because he's done. I mean, he's done a lot of positive work in the community. Whether or not whether or not we can't prove where some of the funds are going, or if he's actually allegedly an imposter, but he seems like he's been doing some really good works, for the community. So yeah, what do you guys think we should do with Mr. Shaun King? What do you guys think? Um, I'm definitely not down with cancel culture, not at all. We can't cancel everyone. I think that, it's when this case, it's not. We can't cancel Shaun King. No, we can't. Because sometimes, um, so Drea says yes. I think he should explain, but if he did something illegal, he'd be arrested. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Now, I don't know if this could be prompt into an investigation. Because if it's coming down to this, I don't know if they're going to, possibly look into this, or if, it could be, people who are actually looking into this, looking into this, whether or not he's using some of these funds, and he's using it for other things. So it could be that there's some investigations going on, and we may not know behind the scenes, but who knows? One day, all of this will come to light. So anything that's done in the dark will always come to light. So that's for sure, for a fact that this will definitely come to light. Anything that he's doing, whether if it's wrong or if it's right, it's definitely going to come out um, to light. All right, so let me see. I did wanted to also mention another thing um, about, let's see. Hmm. Now we're talking about cancel culture. You guys did hear about the baby. He's losing a lot of sponsorships. And he's losing a lot of backs for a lot of things that he did say. So it's the cancel culture thing definitely can have you um, down with no bag. So we don't really want that to happen with Shaun King. I think for him, there's some exceptions, but definitely not cancel. Not cancel him. No, I don't think that's the best thing for now. Let's see. All right, so guys, yeah, so we're if you haven't gave this video a thumbs up, please give it a thumbs up. I just wanted to come out here and definitely just do a run through on this, but I will definitely keep you all updated on this because I think this is interesting. That's this interesting case that's going on with Shaun King. Not that this is new, but I really want to know, what if he's gonna come out and speak. But definitely keep you guys posted, and we'll definitely touch up on this if there is anything out there. But yeah, we're just definitely gonna end it here. Again, if you haven't liked the video, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And Yeah, if there's anything else, guys, I would like to end this video here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you guys next time. And please be safe and take care of yourself. Peace, love, and blessings. Bye. Put your unicorns in the chat.